It's a phrase you might not have heard before, mitigation banking. It's not about money, or is it? More on this now from our Kate Flexter. Kate?
Thanks, Ray. Mitigation banking is a complex topic, but it has to do with walking the line between preservation and development, a topic that's a top priority here in Sarasota.
Nearly 1,000 people flock to Florida every day, choosing the Sunshine State as their new home. But as the population grows, so does the need for development. That need creates one of Sarasota's biggest conflicts, preserving the area's natural beauty while making room for an expanding population. A conflict that's made headlines in the form of protests and even litigation. Former Sarasota County Commissioner John Thaxton says it's something to pay attention to.
We're nearing the place where the decisions on whether to preserve an intact natural system or not will be over.
An annual survey found that Sarasotans agree, ranking population growth and overdevelopment as two of the top concerns for the county.
There is a point where, growth done in the wrong fashion will overtake the various amenities that cause people to want to move into an area.
To strike the balance between development and preservation, environmental protection agencies created a system called mitigation banking. It allows developers to build on certain wetlands by improving others that fall within the same watershed. Environmental consultant Carrie McNutt says it's a process that really works.
I think the regulations that are in place by all the different agencies probably have, we probably have more wetland protection in the state of Florida than probably anywhere else in the U.S.
McNutt says development in Florida is inevitable, and so is impact on wetlands.
You're going to have wetland impacts with some of that stuff. To avoid every single wetland is impossible.
But she says mitigation is a smart way to go about it, with an extensive permitting process that can take years to go through. Environmentalist Glenn Compton of Manasota 88 disagrees.
Mitigation banking allows for developers to de-emphasize the importance of wetlands and destroy them and try to relocate them someplace else.
He says many of these mitigation properties wouldn't be developed anyway.
We're really not finding that we're gaining anything by allowing for the destruction of wetlands in one area and the preservation of wetlands someplace else.
During his time in the county commission, Thaxton saw both sides to the story, approving several projects that involved wetland mitigation. Today, he says many of them are successes, but that's not always the case.
If it's used wisely, it can bring about positive change, but it's also very easy to abuse and has been abused quite often.
As you just heard, developers have to go through a complex permitting process for mitigation, getting approval on both the state and federal levels.
Quite a process. Thank you, Kate.